According to Elon Musk, we might not be entirely sitting pretty in our orbit like we think we are, and the danger isn't from asteroids like the movies tell us it is, but from an innocent-looking cloud of ice at the corners of our solar system called the Oort cloud. With that, Elon Musk shocked everyone with the horrifying prediction that he made. So let's explain everything. To be able to explain why this cloud might cause a problem to us, we will first have to differentiate comets and asteroids. Without becoming too technical, the two traveling celestial bodies are often used interchangeably by people in conversation, but there are a few distinct differences between the two of them. The first is their composition. Asteroids consist of small rocks, metals, and occasionally organic compounds. Comets, on the other hand, are also made of rocks, but also consist of hydrocarbons and ice. This means that when they approach the sun, the ice and other materials in the comet vaporize in the sun's heat, developing a cloud around itself, which we will call a coma. Now, you would have thought that the heavier asteroids would be the worry, but the heavier composition means that they tend to travel in more predictable elliptical orbits, generally around the sun. Comets, being made of lighter materials, have more erratic orbits and are therefore more dangerous. This is what Musk has expressed worries about. To quote him in a recent interview, "Asteroids we can predict fairly well, but there's this massive cloud of comets out there and, we don't know the situation." The cloud which Musk is referring to is what NASA has called the Oort cloud, which, for those of you who don't know, is a predicted collection of different icy objects, sometimes called a comet reservoir, which is further away than everything else in the solar system. Scientists have yet to observe any object in the Oort cloud with any kind of accuracy, but it is thought that long-period comets, the kind who take more than 200 years to orbit the sun, come from there, hence the little nickname as a comet reservoir. This is all well and good, but the unpredictable nature of comets and the fact we have not been able to accurately observe the Oort cloud yet is what Musk has expressed worries about, stating, "They come in pretty fast, so there's always a risk of a comet taking out a continent." He then went on to continue, "They talk a lot about extinction events where almost all life was destroyed, but they don't talk so much about the ones where, it was just a continent." According to Musk, there are plenty of recorded continent-wide extinction events and fossils, and they don't generally draw much attention. But the faster and less predictable comets are probably more dangerous than the large-scale asteroids, which we may literally see coming from miles, and possibly hundreds of years away. Musk continues in the interview to say that if we had rocket launchers available to counteract these, then up to billions of people could be saved. In this circumstance, it is fair to say that Musk should know what he is talking about, considering that his company was paramount in launching one of NASA's attempts at an asteroid defense system, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART. The theory behind DART is exactly what Musk said. In theory, it will deflect an asteroid away from the Earth, should one begin to pose any kind of significant threat. SpaceX was integral to DART's launch, carrying it atop a Falcon 9 rocket. We have yet to see the effectiveness of DART, which has a scheduled collision set for September of 2022. But in theory, it should work just as Musk said in the interview, for predicted and planned asteroids. And hopefully, if it works on the asteroids we can easily predict, it will work just as well on comets we can't see coming, especially if the Oort cloud is as vast as we all fear, containing billions or even trillions of objects, some the size of mountains or larger. Of course, many remember a famous prediction of Elon about this danger when he said, "A big rock will hit Earth eventually, and we currently have no defense." It's important we get DART and any other asteroid defense systems up and running as soon as we can, because whilst it does feel like an asteroid crashing into Earth and wiping out thousands, millions, even billions of people is nothing but science fiction, it has indeed happened. For example, the largest impact crater on Earth is the Vredefort crater in South Africa. This titanic scar in the Earth's surface is around 99 miles wide, and NASA predicts that it must have been created around 2 billion years ago. It has mostly eroded away at this point in time, but based on what is left of it, they make a guess that the body which made it must have been between 6 and 9 miles, according to Paul Chodas, who is the director of NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. It was bigger than the one that killed the dinosaurs, but long before dinosaurs. It is thought that if an object is larger than 0.6 miles, could have had worldwide effects, so this asteroid would have had an apocalyptic effect, fires, dust in the atmosphere, and resulting change in climate for months or years. There is another crater of a similar size in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, the Chicxulub crater. It is 112 miles wide, but is apparently much younger at 66 million years ago. It is predicted to have been created by an asteroid around 7.5 miles wide. The crater nestles between land and sea, but at the time it hit, it was purely a shallow ocean. Apparently, this collision led to the extinction of about 75% of species of dinosaurs. It is expected that the splash of rocks and debris all the way into space, and when it returned through the atmosphere, it would have caught flame and scorched much of the Earth's surface, according to Chodos. There also would have been a dust cloud that covered Earth from up to years, which would have resulted in the remaining dinosaurs starving. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time.